Begin.
Education and taxation. Let's talk about why you should or shouldn't pay taxes as a student. Now, the majority of us receive financial aid of some kind, about 80%. We also receive scholarships and grants, but most of those pay between $500 and $1,000, and many of them are not repeating. And we all know that Boise State's in-state tuition is around $12,000, and out-of-state tuition is about $42,000. So with that, we can't really pay all of our schooling costs with grants and scholarships. We should pay taxes while we're students because we're still functioning citizens of society and should pay our dues. We benefit from things that we pay taxes for, like public libraries, civil servants, and the fire department. Others also benefit from the taxes we pay, like public lands, the maintenance of parks, and city landscaping. In reality, over 40% of independent students in the U.S. live at or below the poverty line. If a student uses his financial aid or scholarship or grant for anything other than anything deemed non-essential, it is taxable as income, which we know in Idaho is a very high tax. This includes housing, non-essential research costs, travel, and some equipment costs. The average debt a student leaves college with is $36,000. And the interest rate on that debt is 5.8%, adding about an extra $6,000 to that loan. At Boise State, the cost of on-campus housing is $11,000 a year. That's taxed as income, which is an extra $1,697 that you must pay immediately and does not just go onto your loan. This is a chart for in-state and out-of-state tuition at Boise State. Resident tuition is $8,000, housing is $11,000, transportation costs $1,500, textbooks $1,200, personal costs about $2,500, and for the full academic year, $24,000. So for an out-of-state resident, everything pretty much stays the same except for the non-resident tuition, which is $24,000. Now, housing, transportation costs, and personal costs are all taxed as income, which is about a 6% tax rate. Now the national, if you had a $36,000 loan and you paid $400 a month on that loan, every month for 10 years, you would pay it off. But that's $400 on top of rent, a car payment, insurance payments, and other costs of living. Student loans are the highest they've ever been at $1.06 trillion, showing that students are just not capable of paying back the amount of debt that we've gone into to get our degrees. Other government assistance programs, such as the EBT food stamp system, don't pay taxes. So if you had an EBT card and you paid for groceries, you wouldn't pay the 6% sales tax. Many students qualify for these government programs, so by paying taxes on top of our financial aid, we're just losing money. Now, in conclusion, the loans we receive are already staggeringly high, and the taxes on them only add to the debt that we face. With a high rate of interest and taxation for things that are essential, like housing and food, even if they're deemed not essential because you need to have a place with a roof over your head and something to eat while you're going to school, we're set up for late payments and failure to pay. So no, I don't think students should have to pay taxes while they're at school.